السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. You can put on this TV, the all the way up. The TV, yeah, just put it. No, once it's clear.
Okay.
15.
550.
Okay, we continue inshallah with العربية بين يديك. Seems that we went off. So we are on the الوحدة الحادية عشرة, the 11th unit, الناس والأماكن. الحوار الأول انظر واستمع وأعد, the first conversation, look, listen and repeat. So here we have a conversation between Thabit and Harith. Thabit, did we? Okay, yes. An-nas wal amakin, the people and places, right? An-nas, the people, wal amakin, referring to places. So that's the topic of this unit. Thabit, he asked, لماذا تركت العراق? لماذا تركت العراق? لماذا, why, تركت, you left, العراق, why you left al-Iraq, and al-Iraq is Iraq or Iraq. Harith, انتقلت الشركة إلى جدة وأنا مدير الشركة هنا. انتقلت الشركة إلى جدة. انتقل means he moved. انتقل. So انتقلت means she moved or it moved. As you know, the it is the same as the he or the she. You're going to use it appropriately. So the sharika is feminine, so that's why there is a ta. So it's intaqalat ash-sharikatu. You have two sukun coming together, so that's the purpose of this kasra here. Intaqalat ash-sharikatu ila Jeddah. The company moved to Jeddah. The company moved to Jeddah. So here he's asking, why did you left, right? Why you left? Tarakta literally means you left al-Iraq. In English, you're going to say what? Why did you leave al-Iraq? And again, just know the Arabic style and you know the English style. Now this word intaqala is when something moves by itself, not something moved something else. So for example, you're not going to use this word to say, I move the stones, for example. Or to say, like if the mudir here, the manager in this context, if he were to say, I move the company, he's going to use a different word, naqala, right? Naqaltu. But you're attributing the move directly to the company, intaqala, intaqalat. Intaqalat ash-sharikatu ila Jeddah. The company moved to Jeddah. Wa ana mudiru ash-sharika, and I am the manager of the sharika huna, here, meaning in Jeddah. And mudir refers to the person who manages anything, the person who overlooks and manage anything. So you're going to translate it appropriately for what's used in English. So the mudir of a school, we call him principal. The mudir of a company, we call him the manager. ثابت كنت سعيدا في العراق. كنت سعيدا في العراق. Kunta means you were, right, from kana. So kana, it was, he was. Kunta, you were. Sa'idan, happy. Fil Iraq, in Iraq. You were happy in Iraq. Harith, هذا صحيح. This is صحيح. This is correct. هذا صحيح. العراق بلد جميل ولي أصدقاء هناك. العراق بلد جميل. العراق, Iraq, is a beautiful balad, beautiful country. Wali, li, and I have أصدقاء, friends, هناك, there. ثابت ما رأيك في جدة. ما رأيك في جدة. What is your opinion about Jeddah? Now look at the expression again, right? What is your view, your opinion about Jeddah, about Jeddah? ما رأيك في. ما رأيك في. So you want to ask somebody, what's your opinion about the class? ما رأيك في الدرس. What's your opinion about the book? ما رأيك في الكتاب. Right? Follow the same pattern. جدة مدينة كبيرة. جدة مدينة, city, كبيرة, big. Jeddah is a big city. وجميلة جدا, and very beautiful. وجميلة جدا, and the ta is all of the well, Medina is city, whether is is referring back to something masculine or feminine. Whatever you're describing as a city, you're going to use Medina. You're not going to say Madin or Medina. Right? Because these are, what you call it, fixed nouns. They're not adjectives. وَجَمِيلَةٌ, and beautiful. The ta here on the Jamil and the ta on the Kabira is because Medina, it's feminine. كيف تقضي الوقت في جدة. كيف, how, تقضي, you spend, right? Remember we did ستقضي العطلة, how will you spend the holiday? الوقت, the time, في جدة, in Jeddah. How you spend, how do you spend the time in Jeddah? أذهب مع العسرة. أذهب مع الأسرة إلى شاطئ البحر. I go with the family إلى to شاطئ البحر, to the beach, right? شاطئ البحر refers to the beach. Whether you say إلى الشاطئ or you say إلى شاطئ البحر, both of it means you go to the beach. Heard شاطئ البحر, the shore of the river, referring to the beach. وأين تذهب الآن, and where you go now. وأين تذهب الآن, أذهب أين تذهب الآن? Where are you going now? أذهب إلى مكة. I'm going to Mecca. للعمرة والصلاة في المسجد الحرام. To perform umrah and for والصلاة and for prayers, meaning to pray في المسجد الحرام, in المسجد الحرام. كم تستغرق الرحلة إلى مكة؟ كم تستغرق الرحلة إلى مكة? تستغرق means to last. When you say كم تستغرق something, how long does it last? The length of it. كم تستغرق الرحلة. So how long is the رحلة, the journey, the trip إلى مكة, to مكة? تستغرق ساعة واحدة تقريبا. تستغرق, it lasts, it takes 1 hour تقريبا, approximately. Before we, any questions before we?
Madian has nothing to do with Medina, right?
Route-wise, Allahu Alam, but it's the same route. It's the same route, but that there is a more proper noun. But why it's called Madian? Allahu Alam. الحوار الثاني, the second conversation. So in this conversation, you have this phrase, ما رأيك في, what is your opinion about, right? The expression, ما رأيك في الكتاب, what is your opinion about a book? ما رأيك في الرجل, what is your opinion about a man? To note this expression, ما رأيك في, and تستغرق. تستغرق, those are the two new expressions. The other expression, كيف تقضي, we did before. So here we have another conversation, this one between Layth and Thamir. Layth, من أين حضرت? من أين حضرت? Min, from, أين, where, حضرت, right? We did last week. From where you came. From where you came. حضرت. Now all of these different words, how you know when to use حضرت, جئت, أتيت, من أين أتيت, من أين جئت. All I'm going to translate and mean the same, from where you came. It's up to the speaker, right? Just how you speak, you choose the words. Now the speaker, he may choose different words in different scenarios, situations, based on the taste of the word, the usage of the word. But how you're going to get that? You're going to only get that through experience with the language, right? The feel of hadara compared to ata, compared to ja'a. If you want a classical feelings, meaning to relate with it from a classical understanding, you got to study a lot of classical texts. If you're in a specific country or city, you're going to understand it based on the usage of the people. حضرت من اليمن. من اليمن. I came from اليمن. أنا يمني. أنا يمني. I am Yemeni. ومتى حضرت من اليمن? And when did you came from Yemen? حضرت قبل 10 سنوات. حضرت قبل 10 سنوات. I came before 10 years. Right? Literal, I came, حضرت. When you came? قبل, before 10 years. Now, when we translate it, we're going to say more, I came 10 years ago. Right? I came 10 years ago. And the expression there, I came before 10 years. هل معك الجنسية اليمنية? الجنسية means nationality. هل معك, هل question معك with you, الجنسية اليمنية gonna be Yemeni nationality, citizenship, right? Your jinsiyah, when someone asks you what's your jinsiyah, what's your nationality, the country of citizenship. So do you have the Yemeni citizenship? هل معك الجنسية الأمريكية? Do you have the American citizenship? Or are you an American citizen or an American national? نعم ومعي جواز السفر اليمنية. ومعي, yes, ومعي, and with me, meaning I have. جواز السفر, جواز السفر means passport. اليمنية is the adjective. So I have an Yemeni passport. جواز السفر, passport. اليمني, Yemeni جواز السفر, a Yemeni passport. ليث, هل حضرت للعمل? Did you came for work? هل حضرت للعمل? Did you came for work, right? Did you come for work? لا حضرت للدراسة. No, I came for studies. للدراسة. وبعد الدراسة تزوجت. And after the studies, تزوجت, I got married. تزوجت, I got married. Right? And تزوج, it goes back to the person. The person, you're not going to use تزوج to mean somebody marries someone. But someone saying they are married or you are married, that's the word تزوج. Go ahead.
If you wanted to ask somebody, you would say tata.
Yeah. هل تتزو if it's past tense, so هل تزوجت, are you married? هل تتزوج gonna be are you marrying? I mean, are you getting married? Are you getting married? Right? Are you getting married? But are you marrying, meaning you're marrying someone else, as a different different word. Meaning, like for example, a father marrying the daughter to someone is a different word. Now, if a man wants to say, I'm getting married to someone, and like the daughter, I'm getting married to the daughter of such and such, you're going to say, أتزوج بي. أتزوج بي. Binti Fulan. The daughter of so and so. ليث, وماذا تعمل هنا? And what are you? No, وماذا تعمل هنا? Right, can mean what are you doing here, or what work are you doing here? What is your work here? Right? So depending on the context, you're going to translate it appropriately. وماذا تعمل هنا? Right? So here in the context, what are you doing here? أنا أستاذ في الجامعة. I am a أستاذ is a teacher, right? أستاذ في الجامعة, in the university. هل تزور اليمن? تزور means you visit, right? Do you visit Yemen? نعم أقضي العطلة مع الأسرة في اليمن. Yes, I spend the holiday with the family in Yemen. ليث, هل أنت سعيد هنا? Are you happy here? هل أنت سعيد هنا? Are you happy here? نعم والحمد لله. Yes, and all praise belongs to Allah. I think this one is also straightforward. Now, when in these books, Arabic language, the purpose they may use words like, for example, hadartu instead of saying ataitu, ji'tu, to help you get used to various vocabs. We have, okay, let's finish off the conversation. We're still within the first half an hour. Al-Hiwaru Thalith, the third conversation. And these conversations, you got to make sure that they're not piling up on you. Make sure that you're memorizing them gradually. أين تسكن الآن يا بدر؟ أين تسكن الآن يا بدر؟ Where do you live now, O Badr? أين تسكن الآن يا بدر؟ بدر أسكن في القرية. I live in the village. القرية, in the village. لماذا تركت المدينة؟ لماذا تركت المدينة؟ Why تركت, you left المدينة, the city. Now here context again. So here he's saying I live in the village, and someone asks why لماذا تركت المدينة. It's not going to mean why did you left al-Madinah al-Munawwara, right? Obviously it's going to mean why did you left the city compared to the village. Now in English, what we say, why did you leave, right? The why with why did you with the did with leave with the present tense in or the where they call it the base verb or something. But in Arabic, لماذا تركت, right? لماذا تركت. You accent about the past, you can use the past. القرية هادئة والهواء نقي. القرية, the village, هادئة is هادئة. هادئة means calm. هادئة means calm. هادئ with a hamza means calm. قرية feminine, the adjective feminine. Now this is هادئ or هادئٌ if you pronounce the hamza with the vowel. هادئٌ, هادئة means calm. But hadi means guide, right? The guider, the one who guides. So this here, and this is a simple pronunciation, can, depending how, if someone, if this word, let's say you say in baytun hadi, right? Baytun hadi means a calm home. But if you say baytun hadi and you drag it, the person gonna hear a guiding home, right? Wal hawa'u naqiyun, and the hawa is the air. The hawa naqiyun is clean. Naqiyun means clean, right? In the dua, Allahumma ba'id bayni wa bayna khatayaya kama ba'adta bayna al-mashriqi wal-maghrib. Allahumma naqqini, right? Naqqini, naqqi means, is a verb, the request form or the command form. Clean me, purify me. And the thing that is clean is naqiyun. So naqqi means to make something naqi. أحمد ولكن في المدينة جامعات ومستشفيات وشركات وأسواق. ولكن, but, right? ولكن, but. Now, ولكن literally means and but. But we don't speak like that in this context, right? Literally means and but. But you can translate the whole thing as but. ولكن في المدينة, but in the city there are jami'at, university. Now literally here it means and but in the city universities, right? But in the city universities. And remember we mentioned that the word there, like this here in this context, there are something that doesn't exist in Arabic, so you put it in to suit the English structure. So in the university, in the city, universities. So there are universities in the city, or in the city there are universities. That there and the are, that doesn't exist in the Arabic. ومستشفيات and hospitals, وشركات and companies, وأسواق and markets. أسواق, markets. بدر وفي المدينة أيضا, and in the city also, ضوضاء, noise, right? ضوضاء before means noise. وتلوث, pollution, تلوث. وازدحام and congestion. ازدحام, congestion, busyness, right? Refer to all of those. Congestion, busyness. ازدحام. You know, you say زحمة. أحمد لماذا تسكن في القرية وأنت تعمل في المدينة؟ لماذا تسكن في القرية? Why do you live in the village? وأنت, and you are, تعمل, working, في المدينة, in the city. Right? لماذا تسكن في القرية وأنت تعمل في المدينة? Why is it you are living in the village and you are working in the city? ليس هناك مشكلة. ليس, negation. هناك, there. Now this there is different than the there that we mentioned before, right? This is there here is a preposition, right? This there is a preposition, is a like a ظرف, like there is a boy, meaning there, like you're pointing in a direction. Right? So هنا مشكلة means problem. هناك مشكلة, there is a problem. ليس هناك مشكلة, there is no problem. Right? ليس negates a nominal sentence. أحمد كيف تذهب إلى المدينة? How do you go to the city? أذهب بالقطار, I go with the train. كم تستغرق الرحلة? القطار is train, right? كم تستغرق الرحلة? How long does the journey last? Right? تستغرق from before إلى المدينة. تستغرق ساعة ونصف الساعة تقريبا. It takes an hour ونصف الساعة, and half of the hour approximately. Right? That's the literal translate. It takes an hour and half of the hour, meaning an hour and a half. Right? You just understand that in Arabic, translate it appropriately so don't sound strange in your head. It takes an hour and a half. تستغرق ساعة ونصف الساعة تقريبا, approximately. المفردات here you see هنا is here and هناك is there, right? Something is here. أنا هنا, I am here, preposition. أنت هناك, you are there, right? That's different than to say there are animals in the city, right? There's a different there. Animals are in the city. That there that is not needed for the sentence is a different there. That's I don't know what you call it in English.
You're talking about the there with the EIR?
No.
ERE?
Yeah, E-R-E. Why? What is this one? Isn't the same thing? Here and there. Here and there. قرية, سعيد, happy, أسواق, عمرة, جواز السفر, all of these clear, right? تلوث, pollution. يتزوج, he's getting married. Or, ينتقل, he's moving. نقي, clean. يزور, he is visiting or he visits. نصف الساعة, half of the hour or half an hour. Half an hour. Okay. We was okay. All right, let me leave this here. Let's go to let's remember page 240. All right, so we had lesson 20 was the homework, right? Paragraph 20. Was it 19 or 20? فَاللَّهُ خَيْرٌ حَافِظًا. We did 18 we did 18 clearly. وَرَجَعُوا إِلَى أَبِيهِمْ بَيْنَ يَعْقُوبَ أَبْنَائِهِ. Okay, yes, lesson 19. 19 was the homework. Whoever finish, you can send it in, inshallah, to translate the homework. And we're going to have in the winter break, well, the masjid winter break for the madrasa starts, well, this is the last week in the winter break from the 2 weeks, last week of December into the first week of January. We're going to have an exam on just the Arabiya Bayna Yadayk, right? Just to see how everyone is doing with it. So prepare for that mentally, inshallah, and physically and verbally. For the sisters, we might have in-person exam also. We set up a sister to give the exam. So here we have Binyaminu inda Yusuf. Binyamin inda with Yusuf, right? Or at Yusuf. Indaka means with or at. When you say something, inda something, it can mean it is with, it is at, and also it can be used to show sometime a form of like ownership. Like someone say, I have a pen. Indi qalam. Indi qalam, ma'iya qalam, li qalam. Those can be used to show a form of ownership. But when you say li qalam, it more precisely means a pen belongs to me. I have a pen in the sense of there is a pen. I own a pen. It doesn't necessarily mean the pen is with you at the moment. So if you want to say li abna, I have children, meaning you have children. You possess children. But when you say indi qalam or ma'iya qalam, meaning the pen is with you, right? Meaning the pen is with you. Now, just to give just with the context, so the brothers came to Yusuf. Yusuf gave them back their wealth. They went home. He told them, the next time you come, you have to bring Binyamin or you won't be able to get any food. So they went back. They told their father that, and then they came back. They came back to collect food again. So وَدَخَلَ الْإِخْوَةُ مِنْ أَبْوَابٍ مُتَفَرِّقَةٍ كَمَا أَمَرَهُمْ أَبُوهُمْ وَوَصَلُوا إِلَى يُوسُفَ وَدَخَلَ الْإِخْوَةُ مِنْ أَبْوَابٍ مُتَفَرِّقَةٍ. The brothers entered min from abwab doors mutafarriqa different. From different doors, right? They all didn't enter through one door, they entered from different doors. Why? Because the father told them to do so. Kama, as amarahum, commanded them, abuhum, their father, right? As kama amarahum abuhum, as their father amarahum, commanded them. Wa wasalu, the first wa is an, and the second wa is from the word. Wasalu means arrive. And they arrived ila Yusuf. They arrived to Yusuf, literally, right? Wa wasalu ila Yusuf. In English we said, they arrived at. We say at, right? Wa wasalu ila Yusuf, and they arrived at Yusuf. Wa wasalu ila Yusuf. Now the word wasala, if you want to say I arrived in Medina, wasaltu ila al-Madina. I arrived in Makkah, wasaltu ila Makkah. Right? Wasaltu ila al-Bayt. I arrived home. Wasaltu ila al-Bayt. Now, just to give a hint, all of these prepositions that are fixed to a word, the specific preposition is because of the nature of that word in the language. Now, when you translate appropriate for the whoever language you translate in. So, for example, this word wasala, when you say wasala, it giving you the impression of a person moving along a path, moving along towards a destiny. Right? Now, think about an image of somebody, like let's say like somebody sailing across a road, right? They're sailing from one end of the road towards the next end of the road. So when they reach where they are, when they now in that moving notion and they reach where they're going, that's wasala.
The reaching?
Yeah, the reaching. The reaching is the wasala. So when you say wasaltu ila, arrive, it gives you that entire impression, that entire, imagery. So that's why the ila is more suitable for the word in Arabic, because it's like you're moving along to something and then you reach to where you are moving. وَلَمَّا رَأَى يُوسُف بِنْيَامِينَ, and when Yusuf saw Binyamin, فَرِحَ جِدًّا, he rejoiced a lot. Right? جِدًّا, فَرِحَ جِدًّا. فَرِحَ, to rejoice, to be happy. He rejoiced a lot. وَأَنزَلَهُ فِي بَيْتِهِ. وَأَنزَلَهُ فِي بَيْتِهِ. And he accommodated him in his house. وَأَنزَلَهُ فِي بَيْتِهِ, accommodated him in his house. Now the word anzala means what? Anzala, to send down, right? Anzala means, one of the meanings, to send down. There's the most famous meaning. Inna anzalna. وَأَنزَلْنَا إِلَيْكَ الْكِتَابَ, and we send down to you the book, right? وَأَنزَلْنَا إِلَيْكَ الْكِتَابَ. Anzala, from nazala, nuzul, descent. That's anzala. Now, another meaning for anzala is when you lodge someone, when you accommodate someone in your home as a guest, right? When you anzala, when you anzala someone in your home, right, you accommodate that person in your home. When you anzala someone in your home. And there is another meaning of the word nuzul. Another meaning of the word nuzul is accommodation and the treatment of the guests, right? هذا نزلهم يوم الدين in the Quran. This is their Nuzul on the day of judgment. This is their accommodation, how they're going to be treated when they arrived on the day of judgment with the punishment or the reward. Like in Surah Waqi'ah, فَشَارِبُونَ فَشَارِبُونَ شُرْبَ الْهِيمِ هَذَا نُزُلُهُمْ يَوْمَ الدِّينِ. Right? They're going to drink from the boiling water. Like if they are thirsty camels, هَذَا نُزُلُهُمْ. This is their accommodation, يَوْمَ الدِّينِ, on the day of resurrection. So that's another meaning of the word anzala. Means to do what? Not to send down. So he didn't send down Binyamin in his home, meaning like if there's a basement and he sent him down. No. He accommodated him. Right? That's how you understand the word. Anzalahu fi baytihi. He accommodated him in his home. Fi baytihi. وقال يوسف لبنيامين, and Yusuf said to Binyamin, Inni ana akhuk. Inni, verily I. Right. Inni by itself meaning verily I. I am ana akhuk, your brother. Right? Emphasizing. He emphasized it because it's something far-fetched, something unbelievable. So, Inni ana akhuk. Indeed, I am your brother. وَطَمَأَنَّ بِنْيَمِينَ, and Binyamin وَطَمَأَنْ was tranquil. إِطَمَأَنَّ means to be tranquil. وَلَقِيَ يُوسُفُ بِنْيَامِينَ بَعْدَ زَمَنٍ طَوِيلٍ. وَلَقِيَ يُوسُف. Yusuf, laqiya means met, right? Laqiya means met. Yusuf met Binyamin ba'da, after, zamanin, time, tawil, long, after a long time. Ba'da zamanin tawil. فذكر أمه وأباه وذكر بيته وذكر صغره. فذكر, then he mentioned, meaning Binyamin mentioned, Ummahu, his mother, wa abahu, he mentioned his father, wa dhakara, and he mentioned baytahu, his home, wa dhakara sigarahu, his sigar, his young days, right, when he was sagir, right, meaning they spoke about these things. Clear? Everything clear from the passage so far? The entrances to the city. Remember the brothers of Yusuf, they're coming from Palestine into Egypt. So when they enter into the city, they don't all go into through one door. Rather, they enter through various doors. Allahu alam. So one of the reasons mentioned is so that they won't be afflicted with ayn. وأراد يوسف أن يبقى عنده بنيامين يراه كل يوم ويكلمه ويسأله. وأراد يوسف أن يبقى عنده بنيامين. Yusuf, arada means wanted, and Yusuf wanted أن يبقى عنده بنيامين, right? What he wanted, أن يبقى بنيامين عنده, for Binyamin to stay, remain, يبقى عنده, with him. Clear the sentence, right? Yusuf wanted that Binyamin yabqa indahu, right? Let us restructure it to get a more English flow. Wa arada Yusuf an yabqa indahu Binyamin yarahu kulla yawm. He sees him every day, meaning so that he can see him every day. Yarahu kulla yawm, every day. Wa yukallimuhu, and he speaks to him. وَيَسْأَلُهُ عَنْ بَيْتِهِ, and he asked him about his home, affairs of the home. Now, like I mentioned, these stories, the book was meant for learning Arabic, right? Not to learn history. So there's a lot of things that was added. A lot of it is from the Israeliyat, and some of it is just, what do you call it, like things that are like kind of obvious. They put it in the story, but not mentioned. And some is takalluf maybe. Generally speaking, yeah. ولكن كيف السبيل إلى ذلك ولكن but كيف السبيل إلى ذلك. السبيل is the path or a way, right? ولكن, so here we have Yusuf want Benjamin to stay, but Benjamin, no one know that it is Yusuf's brother. ولكن كيف السبيل إلى ذلك, how is the way إلى to that, meaning how is the way, what path, how is the way for him to do that, what is the way for him to do that, for him to get Benjamin to stay with him. وبنيامين راجع غدا, and Benjamin is returning tomorrow, right? راجع means returning, غدا tomorrow, إلى كنعان to كنعان. وكيف السبيل إلى ذلك والإخوة عاهدوا الله على أن يرجعوا به معهم. وكيف السبيل إلى ذلك, and how is the way to that, meaning how is it he is going to keep Benjamin with him. والإخوة, and the brothers, عاهدوا, they pledge, they all pledge, عاهدوا plural, Allah, they all pledge Allah, make a covenant with Allah, ala upon, an yarji'u, that they are all going to return, yarji'u, they all return, right? Bihi, with him, ma'ahum, they're going to return with him. The him is who? Binyamin, ma'ahum, with them, with their brothers. Binyamin, they're going to return with Binyamin, with them. Now, why is it? Is the sentence clear? كيف السبيل إلى ذلك, right? How is the way to that? Meaning, how is it Yusuf is going to get Benjamin to stay with him in Egypt? And the brothers, they made a pledge to Allah, meaning their father made them pledge to Allah that they're going to make sure they bring back Benjamin with them. So the question is, what's the difference between this bihi and ma'ahum? Yarji'u bihi ma'ahum. We translate both as meaning with, right? They're going to return with him, with them. Now the bihi, meaning the one you're accompanying with you. So the brothers, they are one group, right? They're a group. And Benjamin is accompanying them. They are the one who are taking and bringing Benjamin. You understand? So they are going with him amongst them, and they're bringing him back, right? Among them. So this bihi is because they are technically in charge of bringing Benjamin and taking Benjamin. وكيف يمكن ليوسف أن يحبس بنيامين عنده بغير سبب. وكيف يمكن ليوسف أن يحبس بنيامين عنده بغير سبب. وكيف, and how, يمكن, is it possible, right? يمكن mean it is possible. يمكن, it is possible. So how it is possible, in a question of how you can say, how is it possible ليوسف, for Yusuf, أن يحبس, to hold. Yahbis means to hold back. Yahbis, to hold back, to confine somebody. When you put somebody in a habs, confinement, right? The police habasak. The police confine you, they hold you up. So how is it possible for Yusuf to yahbis, to confine, to hold up Binyamin, indahu, with him, بغير, without, بغير sabab, without any reason. بغير sabab means without a reason, without any reason. بغير sabab, without a reason. What's بغير sabab? Without a reason. ويقول الناس قد حبس العزيز كنعانيا بغير سبب. If he was to do so, ويقول الناس, and the people will say, قد حبس العزيز, the Aziz, the minister, قد حبس has restrained, held back, or hold up. Are you using those words right? Right, held up. What they use in police context? You're under yeah? Yeah, arrested, but no, detained. Detained better, because arrested is a different level. يحبس عنده بغير سبب. Right? How is it? Where are we? The people gonna say قد حبس العزيز. The Aziz has detained or restrained or held up with him كنعانيا, a كنعاني, بغير سبب, without a reason. إن هذا لظلم عظيم. إن, verily, هذا, this, indeed is, ظلم is oppression, عظيم, great. Right? La, what is the purpose of la? Emphasis, right? We did those are emphasis. The lam there is this emphasis. Indeed, this is surely a great oppression. You translate it appropriately. Oh, no problem. You just got to do the exam. ولكن يوسف كان ذكيا عاقلا, but Yusuf was ذكيا, intelligent, عاقلا, intelligent. ذكيا, smart, عاقلا, intelligent. If you want, عاقل is, if you say intelligent, there's going to be a very close literal, maybe the literal translation. عاقل, okay, so you're going to go back to عقل. عقل means you have a aql, you have an intellect, right? And dhaki means you have dhaka, right? You have, what do you call it? Smartness. They're similar meaning. Okay, you need a aql to have dhaka. You're not going to get dhaka without a aql. كان عند يوسف إناء ثمين. كان عند يوسف إناء ثمين. إناء, container, vessel, right? ثمين means expensive. عند يوسف إناء ثمين means with Yusuf is a expensive vessel, meaning Yusuf has an expensive vessel. كان, put that in the past. Yusuf had an expensive vessel. Clear? وَكَانَ يَشْرَبُ فِيهِ. يَشْرَبُ فِيهِ, he drinks in it, meaning he drinks from it. يَشْرَبُ فِيهِ, he drinks from it. We say in English, right? You say, I drink from the cup, or I drink in the cup. Which one? From the cup. But in Arabic, they say they drink in the cup. أَشْرَبُ. You can say I drink from the cup in Arabic if you want. But this here, he said, كَانَ يَشْرَبُ فِيهِ, he used to drink in it. How it makes sense to drink in it? Because when he's doing the act of drinking, his mouth is in the cup. You understand the expression? وَوَضَعَ هَذَا الْإِنَاءَ وَوَضَعَ هَذَا الْإِنَاءَ فِي مَتَاعِ بِنْيَامِينَ. وَوَضَعَ, he placed. وَوَضَعَ means he placed. Right? This is not an he placed, it's he placed. The waw there belongs to the verb. هَذَا الْإِنَاء, this vessel, this container, fi, in, mata', belonging of Binyamin. Right? The belonging of Binyamin. وَأَذَّنَ مُؤَذِّنٌ إِنَّكُمْ لَسَارِقُونَ. وَأَذَّنَ, an. أَذَّنَ means to proclaim, shout out, to announce. Right? أَذَّنَ means to shout out, to announce. مُؤَذِّنٌ, an announcer. right? The doer form of the word. So an announcer announced, right? That's the literal meaning of the word. Innakum, indeed you are. Who is he speaking to? The brothers of Yusuf and Binyamin. Because remember now, he put the vessel in the container, the bag of Binyamin, and now the brothers and Binyamin, they're leaving. So whilst they're leaving, announcer announced, shout out, Innakum, indeed you all are, la sariqun. Another la, emphasis. Sariqun are thieves. Th or ti? Which one? Right, thieves. Right, you're all thieves. Clear? So inna, emphasis, la, emphasis. Indeed, you are all thieves. Surely you are all indeed thieves. When you translate in the emphasis, translate it anyhow. But just understand that this inna is the emphasis and the lam is the emphasis. وَالْتَفَتَ الْإِخْوَةُ وَالْتَفَتَ الْإِخْوَةُ wa an iltafata. Pay attention to this word here. Iltafata, that's the verb in the masculine form. Iltafata means he turned around. Iltafata al-ikhwatu, the brothers turn around. This word is in the masculine form. This ta here is not the ta for feminine, because the brother has ta marbuta. No, I mean brothers. So iltafata, turned around the brothers. The brothers turned around. Now she turned around, you're going to say what? Iltafatat. You're going to get two ta now. One belongs to the verb and the other belongs to the for the purpose of the feminine. Indicate feminine. And these words are problematic words. For new students, new learners, when you don't have tashkil. Now imagine you see this word here. There's two things can happen. A new student, they're going to think this alif and lam is the al, like al-bayt al-qamar. So they're going to be looking for tafat. Right? And they're going to tire themselves looking for tafat. What is the meaning of tafat? You understand? And then if they say maybe it's a verb, they may take out the ta and say it's iltafa. Right? Or altafa. All of those things happen in the head of a new student. So when you read a lot from the tashkil work, so you can get used to when you read it without tashkil. So when you read this without tashkil, you come across another word like that, without tashkil, you have to think there's a possibility that the entire thing is one word. And there are other words like that has an alif and lam in the beginning. وَقَالُوا, and they said, so the brothers turned around, وَقَالُوا مَاذَا تَفْقِدُونَ, what is it you lost? What is it you are missing? Right? تَفْقِدُ, present tense. تَفْقِدُونَ, you are missing. What is it you are missing? What is it you are, what is it you lose? What is it you lose? Right? Plural. So the past tense of this word is فَقَدَ. فَقَدَ, he lost. فَقَدَ فُلُوسَهُ, he lost his money. Right? يَفْقِدُ, he loses. قَالُوا, they said, نَفْقِدُ, we lose, present tense, suwa al-malik, the suwa of the king, in a container, right? We lose the container of the king. وَلِمَنْ جَاءَ بِهِ حِمْلُ بَعِيرٍ, waliman, and li, for man who, ja'a, come, bihi, with it. Ja'a literally means came, right? For li, man, for the one who came with it, meaning the one who comes with it, the one who brings it. What is going to be for him? Himlu ba'ir, the weight of a camel. The weight of a camel what? In grains, right? In the corn grains. 1 camel weight of corn grains. What is meant by 1 camel weight? Himlu ba'ir, of corn grains, or the corn. They're going to weigh the camel has 500 pounds, and give you 500 pounds of corn. No, it's the amount of corn that the camel carry on top of him, right? قالوا, they said, again, قالوا تالله, right? Tallahi means wallahi, by Allah, is a way of swearing. لقد علمتم, you have indeed, علمتم means you all knew. قد علمتم, you have indeed know. The lam there for emphasis. We said qad with a past tense verb show tahqiq. The thing happened. It's like in the English, like for example, you said the teacher came. The teacher let me use a different verb there. Not sure how that word conjugate too much. Let me say the boy ate the apple. Right? There's regular past tense. The boy has eaten the apple. When you say the boy has eaten the apple compared to the boy ate the apple, there's a little more emphasis. And there's tahqiq, meaning you're saying that this, he did it. He actually did it. He has indeed eaten it. Right? And then the lam there is extra emphasis. The qad itself is more tahqiq than ta'qeed. Tahqiq means it happened. That is meaning of tahqiq, it happened. So لَقَدْ عَلِمْتُمْ, you all knew, you all have indeed know, if that is how you structure it. Remember, fix my English, don't worry my English. مَا جِئْنَا, جِئْنَا means what? We came. مَا جِئْنَا, we didn't came, but English we say we didn't come. لِنُفْسِدَ, to cause corruption. لِنُفْسِدَ. Nufsid means we cause corruption. Li nufsid, so as to cause corruption. Fil ard, in the earth, in the land. Wa ma kunna. Ma, negation also. Kunna means we were. So wa ma kunna, we were not. Sariqeen, thieves. And we were not thieves. Qalu, they said, meaning the people who looking for the bag, the container. فَمَا جَزَاؤُهُ, so what is his recompense? فَمَا, what? So what? Jaza is recompense. Who is his? Jaza'uhu, his recompense. If, in kuntum kathibin, if kuntum, you were kathibin, liars. So they lost the king, the vessel. The brothers, they're saying, we didn't stole it, we are not thieves. So the people, they say, okay, what is his recompense if you are liars? Meaning, what is the recompense, the punishment for the one who steal it if you are liars? Meaning, if we find the thief amongst you. قالوا جزاؤه من وجد في رحله فهو جزاؤه. جزاؤه, his recompense. Whose recompense? Man wujida fi rahli, whoever wujida, it is found, fi, in rahlihi, his bag. The rahl, his camel, right? His camel with the bag. So whoever it is found in his bag, meaning whoever the vessel is found in his bag, fahuwa, then he is jazauhu, his recompense. What is meant by he is his recompense? Meaning the person himself is the recompense. So and then they say kadhalika, like that, kadhalik, like that, najazi, we recompense al-zalimin, the oppressors. How they recompense the thief? In their land, they recompense the thief. So if, let's say, John stole from Paul, right? John becomes the slave of Paul. Right? He becomes the punishment for himself. He is the reward. Where is the... Okay. قالوا جزاؤه ما وجد في رحله فهو جزاؤه كذلك نجزي الظالمين. Right, like I said with the Quranic ayat, if just understand it generally, if the structure not synchronizing with you, don't burden yourself over it. Okay? You don't want to depend through the English for it. And when you go through the tafsir and so, you get a better understanding. وَخَرَجَ الْإِنَاءُ مِنْ مَتَاءِ بِنْيَمِينَ. And the ina, the vessel, kharaja, came out, min, from, mata'i, the belonging of Binyamin. فَخَجِلَ الْإِخْوَةِ. Then the brothers, khajil. What's khajil? This is at least the third time in the being. To be ashamed, right? To feel, to be ashamed. The brothers then became ashamed. وَلَكِنْ but قَالُوا, they said, مِنْ غَيْرِ خَجَلٍ. They said, min ghayri khajal, without any shame. Qalu min ghayri khajal. They said, without any shame. Min ghayri khajal means without any shame. Literally, min ghayri khajal means what? From other than shame. In other words, without the shame. So if you say, we did a ghayr just now. Let me see. Min ghayri sabab here, right? Where was it? Min bi ghayri sabab. Without a reason, right? Ghayril maghdubi. Other than the path of those that are being angered upon. So what is it they said? Without shame. Yasriq. Right? In yasriq, meaning if he steals something, Binyamin, if he steals, faqad, for indeed, the qad there, tahqiq again, saraqa, he has faqad saraka akhun lahu min qabl. Akhun, a brother, lahu, literally means belonging to him, meaning a brother of him, or a brother, how you say that? A brother of his, or a brother of him. Which one? The sister is sleeping, right? Wherever is it, make sure. So, where the mouse keep disappearing. فَقَدْ سَرَقَ أَخٌ لَهُ مِنْ قَبْلِ. A brother of his, قَدْ سَرَقَ, has stolen مِنْ قَبْلِ. مِنْ قَبْلِ means before, right? مِنْ قَبْلِ, and قَبْلِ means before. Now what's the difference between مِنْ قَبْلِ and قَبْلِ? One is, قَبْلِ means before, مِنْ قَبْلِ means the incident is not that far before, right? So for example, if I say صليت قبل أكلت قبل المغرب, I ate before Maghrib. It can be I ate right after Asr, I ate after Dhuhr. Whereas this أكلت من قبل المغرب, it can mean I ate before Maghrib, but close to Maghrib. وَسَمِعَ Yusuf, so they're saying in yasrik, right? If he steal, indeed a brother of his has stolen before. وَسَمِعَ Yusuf هَذَا الْبُهْتَانِ, and Yusuf heard هذا البهتان, this buhtan. Buhtan means a buhtan is a slander, right? A buhtan is a slander. Yusuf heard this slander, fasakata, then he remained quiet. Fasakata, meaning he didn't say anything. Walam yaghdab, and he wasn't angry. Walam yaghdab, وَكَانَ يُوسُفُ كَرِيمًا حَلِيمًا, and Yusuf was كَرِيمًا حَلِيمًا, noble and forbearing. كَرِيمًا حَلِيمًا. Kareem can mean generosity, can mean nobility. In this context, it's a context of nobility, not generosity. How? He's not talking about him giving anything. He's talking about him maintaining his composure and so on, right? Nobility. Haliman, forbearing, he didn't punish them or anything. قالوا يا أيها العزيز, they said, O Aziz, inna, indeed, lahu, belonging to him, aban, a father, shaykhan, who is a sheikh, right? Elderly, kabir, old in age. فخذ, so take, فخذ, so, the fa, so, meaning because of this here, because he has a father who is elderly, going to be sad and grief over him. فخذ, so take, ahadana, one of us, makanahu, in his place, right? Makanahu, his place. Take one of us in his place. Inna naraka min al-muhsinin, indeed we see you to be from the good doers. Inna, verily we, naraka, we see you, from the muhsinin, from the good doers. Yusuf, he respond, qala ma'adhallah. Ma'adhallah means na'udhu billah, a'udhu billah, right? We seek refuge in Allah. From what? An na'khudha illa man wajadana mata'ana inda. We seek refuge in Allah that we take, an na'khudha, that we take, illa, except, man wajadana, except the one who, wajadna, we found, mata'ana, our belongings, indahu, with him. Inna, indeed we, idhan, then, la zalimin, are indeed oppressors. Right, the lam there, emphasis. Inna idhan la zalimun, sorry. Inna idhan la zalimun, meaning, indeed we, this then, thus, then, meaning, if we were to take someone else, we're going to be oppressors. That's the idhan here, right? The idhan means then, as in, as a result of, if we were to do that. That's going to be the case. وَهَكَذَا, and like this, بَقِيَ بِنْيَمِينَ, Binyamin remained, عِنْدَ Yusuf, with Yusuf, وَفَرِحَ الْأَخَوَانِ جَمِيعًا, and the two brothers, فَرِحَ, rejoice, جَمِيعًا, all together, right? The two brothers, both of them, rejoiced. إن يوسف كان وحيدا منذ زمن طويل لا يرى أحدا من أهله. All of these, like we said, these are just additional thing that they put for the sake of the story. Inna Yusuf, verily Yusuf, kana, was, wahidan means, alone, lonely, alone, mundu, since, zamanin tawil, a long time, mundu, since, zamanin tawil, a long time. La yara ahadan min ahlihi, not seeing, he doesn't see, ahadan, anyone, min, from ahlihi, his family. وَقَدْ سَاقَ اللَّهُ إِلَيْهِ بِنْيَمِينَ, and Allah has drive to him Binyamin. وَقَدْ سَاقَ اللَّهُ إِلَيْهِ بِنْيَمِينَ, سَاقَ اللَّهُ إِلَيْهِ بِنْيَمِينَ, Allah drove to him Binyamin. Now with saqa, when you say saqa literally, it means, like, you know, like if you have a herd of camels, for example, or let me say you have some cows and you're guiding them. If the person is behind them, pushing them forward, that's the meaning of saq, right? So here it's what is meant, Allah brought Binyamin to him, right? Like if let me say you're hungry and somebody show up with food and say, Allah saqaka ilayya, Allah drove you to me, right? That is how it's not meant literally, right? Afala yahbisuhu indahu, afala yahbisuhu indahu. What's yahbisuhu? Yahbisuhu means he detain him, literally, right? When you hold back, so held up something, yahbis, the same word we did just now. So afala yahbisuhu, the entire structure phrase means afala yahbis, shouldn't he detain him, hold him back with him, right? Indahu, with him. Yarahu, he sees him, wa yukallimuhu, and he speak to him. وهل من الظلم أن يقيم أخ عند أخيه. وهل من الظلم, and is it from oppression, أن يقيم أخ عند أخيه, that a brother يقيم resides with his brother. وهل من الظلم أن يقيم أخ عند أخيه, is it from oppression that a brother resides with his brother. أبدا أبدا, never never, right? Abadan can mean never, it can mean ever, it can mean forever. Abadan abadan. Okay, we're gonna pause there. Any these, like I said, these, if you find that you're getting a difficult time comprehending the sentences, you have to, two things. I mean comprehending or getting the structure, like it's the structure is not synchronizing with you. You have to understand each word, understand what the sentence generally mean, and you just keep reading it loud, keeping being conscious of the general meaning, and just keep reading it loud. It's going to take a while before the structure and everything synchronized. If it already synchronized, meaning once you get the vocabs and so, then alhamdulillah. And as we said that we're gonna go through some audios, videos for the listening comprehension. So from the videos that we send, listen to the story of Yusuf. I'm going to send them back, inshallah ta'ala. And reminder again. Wait. Yeah. And during the winter break, inshallah, we're going to have an exam on the Al-Arabiya Bayna Yadayk book, inshallah ta'ala. If there's no question, we're going to close off here, inshallah.
Should the regular Arabic be void of any tajweed?
Depends what you mean by you have the tajweed. There's two categories of tajweed. One that was that is specific for the Quran, and one that was with the Arabs. So certain things was with the Arabs, like for example, idgham, that's from the Arabic language. So we had an idgham somewhere here, like for example, like there, amma kabiruhum fa'aba an yarji'a, fa'aba ay yarji'a, right? Idgham. Iqlab is from the Arabs, like they say, like the word anbiya. Nobody say anbiya, right? Iqlab, that is from the Arabs. Anbiya, amber. You don't say anbar. The tongue it don't allow you to say it fluently. So those are from the Arabic language, and qalqala in general to Allahu alam, because it's natural. That echo is natural. Yeah. We just close off here. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك ونشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.